Mic test 3, 2, 1. We're live. Check on YouTube. How's it looking like? Nice. So we are live. Welcome to another day of backtesting until I'm profitable. This is day 73. So let's be together, and without wasting time in the details, let's get started. So we'll go back testing futures. I've recently transitioned to futures. I'm looking for a mentorship, and I'm thinking of Justin Warlines, and yeah. So in this video, we're going to be backtesting, of course, S&P 500 and NAS 100. I'll be using like the one trading setup for life from ICT and doing just market structure analysis and taking trades off of that, because it also has an edge. And it has a strategy. It's a good strategy because obviously the edge lies in the trader. Now on the daily time frame, you can see that we're extremely bullish. Going the weekly, you can see that except for this week, the recent candles were very bullish, and we are at all-time highs. This is January 2024. So now I'd like to go to the daily. You can see that the daily, it's also bullish as well, very bullish. So you can see we have some PD arrays inside here. Like, we've got these fair value gaps. Oops, sorry. Yeah, we've got these fair value gaps here. Like this gap, which means we might rebalance into it before going lower. So now I'd like to go to the 1 hour. You can see how the 1 hour is looking like. So we are on 23rd. You can see that we took out some lows from yesterday. Very nice sweep. And I think it also happened on the S&P. Somewhere here. Oh, it didn't happen, did it? Yeah, it became some kind of SMT in the 1 hour. You can see that we are having a crazy run. This is an SMT here. There's another one lying here as well. From this low here to here, while from here to here we didn't take out this lows. Anyway, so it's in the morning at 8. You can see that the London session, we took out we have this low from London session, which means you can take it out before continuing. And yeah, it's a crucial liquidity level, and it's also possible that we might not take it out, but instead rebalance this move on the 1 hour. You can see that we have nice push to the upside, so it might rebalance and then push higher. So that's basically I will be bullish, targeting this buy side. This is the next row on liquidity here. Now I'd like to go to 15-minute. Okay, text replay just crashed. Let's wait for a minute. Good. Alright, so going on the 15-minute, you can see that we're also bullish. I'd like to expand this. Alright, so on the 15-minute, internally you can see we took out these equal highs, and this is 8:15. So let's go until you can see at 8:30 took out this high, and it's also continuing to be bullish, which means, and we can see that the rebalance has just happened at 9:30 as we were expecting. So we're balanced, but instead we didn't. I think we also took out. We didn't rebalance only. We took out this low, which means we've got another sweep of liquidity right here. So on the higher time frame, on the 1 hour, we have a very crazy sweep, and internally there's also another sweep. It's also visible on the 1 hour as well. And let's see how this lows are looking on. So it's another, I think it's another kind of SMT here. Let's see. Well, we have another crazy SMT. You can see from this low here to this high. So after creating this crazy SMT as well, I have another SMT. So I'm getting more signs that tell me that the market really wants to push higher. And I think here we're in some kind of PD array, because when I go on the 1 hour, you can see we have a really nice gap inside here. We are in this fair value gap, and fair value gaps can have this color as well. Alright, so now when I do this, you can see that we're in PD array and we might bounce off a bit and obviously push higher. Now going back to 15-minute, we have this SMT, we had this sweep, and I'm expecting price to continue pushing higher and take out the buy side liquidity resting right here. So we've got this buy side level here, a strong high. It's from yesterday's, it's a previous day high. Previous day high, where is it? Let's just mark buy side. Alright, now going on the 5-minute, we've got this series, this down close candle, this crazy big down close candle, and we've got an inversion inside it. And if we run into this inversion and create a change in state, I think on the 2-minute or the 1-minute we have a series of down close candles. You can see we have a nice series of down close candles here. So if we inverse these gaps and create a change in state right here, we will be ready for our entry. So here we're waiting for a change in state of delivery. It's 9:44, so let's wait and see what happens. So we've already inversed this becomes an inversion. Sorry, we've already inversed this gap that was here, which making it become an inversion. On the 2-minute, it is this big, right? Let's see what happens as we move on. So we're rebalancing the price move still. So let's see how it's looking on the S&P 500. So S&P 500 is creating another internal SMT somehow. Let's see. I don't know why S&P is looking really dirty. Like these candles are really not clean. But yeah, we also have a fair value gap here. Let's see if it gets respected or if we get another internal manipulation. So we've created another SMT. Price is creating multiple SMTs here, from here to here, and you can see from here to here. It's another crazy SMT. So I'm still waiting for price to push higher, but by the looks of it, S&P might also provide another entry. We have a series of down close candles. You might expect a change in state right here, and using the 5-minute here, let's see how it's looking. It's not that good, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Looks like we won't find an entry today by the help, because the candles are really misbehaving. So we take out some lows here again, and how is it looking here? Okay, the S&P also did that. So the morning session was basically some consolidation, which means we might instead look for entries in the PM session, because so far we are seeing nothing at all. Let's see what happens in lunch. So I'd like to go to the 15-minute. We have this consolidation range inside here, which market failed, but you can see obviously we failed to break lower. which means that this level, this fair value gap is really holding. And now going to the 5-minute, you can mark like the New York session. You can see we have the highs here. This is a high from New York session. It's a previous session high. How can I mark it? Let's write previous session high, AM session high, right? And we also have an AM session low here. So we're currently in this range. AM session low. To take out the AM session high. To create another SMT here, and see this high was taken out on S&P. And going on the 5-minute, I like to use the 1-minute here. After taking out that high, I had this series of outclose candles, and on the S&P, I'd like to see how it's looking on the 1-minute or 2-minute. Right. So obviously the change in state will be here for the S&P, but yeah, so the change in state will be internal here. This will be the change in state. We've got here to here. We had this sweep, and we also took out these highs from AM session, so we might expand to the lows of the AM session right here. Yeah, this here. Let's see S&P, if the S&P provides an entry. So if we basically enter this entry like this, the stop loss above this high. So we're 1330 already. Risk 1%. So market ends up reversing on us and taking us out. This day was a pretty crazy consolidation day. Okay, so this doesn't provide any entry at all. Let's go to the 1 hour and see, we had a crazy loss. But I still believe we're still bullish, so we will obviously have buys later on in the day. Yeah, nice reaction to PDRA, and we're obviously gonna be bullish. Let's see what happens on this day. So price flew overnight, took out a buy side level here. So I think we're again at all-time highs. On the daily, you can see that we're at all-time highs, and yeah, so we're extremely bullish. So we'll be looking for buys here, nothing else. Okay, the 1 hour. So at 8 we have this blocks to potential retracement zone in the 1 hour, going in the 15. We have another 15-minute fair value gap here. Let's see what happens. So we drop into the order block at 9:15. We start rejecting, and let's wait for the opening bell. So the opening bell drops us, and as it dropped, let's see what was happening. On the S&P we had this kind of behavior. Well, we took out these relatively equal lows, this liquidity resting here, and we are in another block, of course. So let's just mark it like this. Now going on the 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, we had this nice sweep of the lows. So you might also have a manipulation leg to the downside, which might occur. The 2 minute or 3 minutes, we have this leg here which created this low, so that will be our only place to have a change in state. So a change in state will be right here on the 5 minute after having this sweep, but we didn't see any kind of SMT here from these lows. After all, S&P 500 was looking really crazy. We had equal lows here, but here we took the lows out, and we have an inversion here. So let's see if we get that inversion respected. Right, so it gets respected for a while, we drop, and then we continue the push higher. Then we close above the change in state, so let's wait for some retracements. Is it looking at the 15? Right, so let's wait. So you don't get any kind of retracement at all. We want at least the candle to come and poke inside the change in state. Yeah, but it's not bad. So we're at 10:55. Still waiting for the drop into that, and boom, drop into the change in state at 11:15. And on the 15 minute, it's some kind of sweep, shifts and retracement into the fair value gap 2022 model. And here I'd like to enter long. And 5 minute, obviously my stop will be at these swing lows, and I would most likely use this manipulative move to target highs. So from here to here, I would have like our first target here, or even there, or even 1 to 3, somewhere there. Let me target like a solid 1 to 3 here. Let's see how this goes. So let me just play it like this. So we're already at all-time highs. I'd like to protect my position because it looks like session's about to end. We're currently in the afternoon session. Let's wait and see. So drop, we didn't have an obvious drawn liquidity other than this high. It's the AM session high, which means this might become a loser, obviously. So if our target was here, then it would be a 1 to 1. So we drop again PM session into these lows. You can see how far S&P has reached. So check out these lows and determine how does it look like. Crazy. Let's go to the next day now. Going on the daily, let's see how it looks. So the last day was extremely crazy. You can see we have this kind of pin bar candle. It's kind of a hammer, signaling that we might drop soon. So it's bullish, but it's signaling that sooner or later we might even have a drop. Who knows? So we have a bullish trend liquidity here. It's the previous day high, and obviously the previous day low here. Yeah, and we're at 8 in the morning. We have some news at, what time is this? 8:30. Yeah, I have some news at 8:30. And here we have a volume imbalance. I haven't dropped into it yet. It's because of the new day open. Is it? Nope, it's not. It's just a simple gap in the market. The 50 there. Yeah, London had this move here. So on the news, you can see what the news does. So we have a kind of SMT here, but let's see what happens. So market pushes higher to X out these lows from the kill zones on the NAS. Let's wait for 9:30. The opening bell, you can see it drops ultimately into this. Let's go to 15. How is it looking? You have this kind of parallel gap to 5 minute. It's a 15-minute imbalance, obviously, by the looks. And since we're still bullish, obviously we're targeting this upside candle there. We're targeting, this buy side liquidity. Alright, I'm going on the 5 minute. I have also this move on the S&P. Click on the 15 at the same 15. The same kind of thing, drop into this imbalance and then push to the upside. I'm going on the 4 hour. Let's see if this was a move to equilibrium before pushing higher again. So you can see we drop into discount and start pushing. Yeah, so this would not be bad. So we'll be looking for buys and target the buy side. And the 5 minute took out some lows here. Let's see if there's some crucial lows. On the 1 minute here, also took out these lows. from this low to here we have some kind of SMT. So we have this sweep here, and we've got this SMT from here to here with ES. Now I'll be waiting for this fair value gap to be run through, and I will have my change in state in these series of down close candles. So try to drop. So now it's at 10. We're still in the imbalance. And going further, the 15-minute, you can see we dropped even further into the gap. So going 5-minute, see we reached these sort of blocks here, and I don't think we formed any kind of SMT here. Yeah, we don't have any kind of SMT, so let's just be observing price. So you come back to equilibrium or price move. Now I'm going to the 1 minute, and see we took out some lows as well on the S&P, and as we took out some lows, we were in a 5-minute internal fair value gap as well. In the 2 minutes, we still have the gap, have the sweep. And now in the 1 minute, let's see if this entry becomes validated. But on the 1 minute, we form another SMT here, and we take out an internal low, series of down close candles. We close above, retrace into this changing state, which means that you can place our entry stop loss below this low and our first target here. And let's see if we have any other reverse targets. We have none, but looking on this manipulation leg here, use the fib, can see our two targets directly aligned with this, which means this will be like 1-to-1. Now going on the 2 minute, might have its changing state right there, and yeah, that's where we can think of scaling in. So we can take this entry, risk 0.30, keep TP open. Let's see what happens. So price started by rejecting. Let's see how it was looking like. So it rejects here, drops almost near to a sell, forms another SMT on the S&P. You can see here it dropped below this low, swept out the liquidity, change in state on S&P, retracement. So we consolidate, and here you can see that after the consolidation we took out these lows, we have a series of down close candles, and we create this change in state. Well, on the 2 minute, it's also clear. It's like we have this accumulation inside here, and this manipulation leg and a push. which means on this price leg as well, from this high to this low, market will most likely reach this level here. Yeah, and sorry, yeah, let's see if this gets respected. We're about to reach an lunch hour. So we're changing state. And how does it look on the 15-minute? It's a really crazy week. Again, let's go back to 2-minute. Crazy drop in the lunch hour. Should have closed here. If you drop again, take out some low one now. Right, so I'll keep learning the model. We have back-to-back losses now, and yeah, until